Hello and welcome back to our midday World Cup coverage. Today I'm joined once again by Ruben Slachter. Hello, Ruben.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Ruben, who's had a bit of a change in his top from today. We'll get back to that in a few minutes' time, just to appease possibly myself, anyway, in the studio today. France have begun their campaign for a possible third title, and a tricky start it was for them. There was an incredible performance, meanwhile, for Lionel Messi for Argentina. And we're counting down the hours now to Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal start. Plenty to get through, so let's begin with France. A 3-1 win against Senegal, but one that relied on some half-time tactical changes. Let's get the impressions from Selena Sykes, who's at the stadium in New Jersey.
It was a poor first half from Les Bleus. They looked out of sync. They didn't look like a team unit, but they completely turned things around in the second half, thanks to their captain Mbappé, who opened the scoring for them in the 66th minute, thanks to a brilliant pass from Michael Olise. Bradley Barcola then came off the bench to double their lead in the 82nd minute. Senegal did manage to pull one back in the 95th minute, thanks to Mbappé, but Kylian Mbappé wasn't done there. He responded just a minute later with an absolutely exceptional shot from a long range to make it 3-1 for France, and more importantly, break a record. He has become France's all-time top goal scorer with 58 goals, overtaking Olivier Giroud. And that's not the only record that Mbappé had his eye on coming into this World Cup. But there's another one he'll be looking to break here in the US. That is to become the overall top scorer at the World Cup. He scored 14 goals so far in 3 competitions. And he's now just 2 goals away from the all-time record held by Klose.
Just 2 goals away, and those goals coming then, as mentioned, after some tactical changes. Let's first, before we get into this, take a listen to what manager Didier Deschamps had to say about that half-time moment.
I don't know if I'd call it a scolding, but I speak up when I see in the first half we're capable of doing better in quite a few areas. I don't yell either because I've mellowed, but I do tell them what's on my mind. We were kind of caught in the middle, whether to attack or not, and we needed to play a bit more freely, too.
Ruben, talking about playing more freely certainly happened in the second half. I mean, in the first half, you never would have thought Kylian Mbappé with a brace, Michael Olise, man of the match. We didn't see that coming in the first half.
No, but it's not the first time that France under Didier Deschamps did something like this to us. I had a discussion with some French colleagues yesterday evening. When was the last group stage game of France that was really exciting to watch? And we went back to 2014 against Switzerland in Brazil. So just to tell you, this is not his main objective of the tournament.
Because we've got used to this slow pace.
Yeah, well, what's the goal of France is to win the whole thing. It's not to do an incredible performance against Senegal. The only thing what happened was that Senegal was challenging them a lot, and they had to react to it. And of course, Dembele was underperforming on the number 10 spot, so he switched it, and Olise came there, and then from then on it went a lot better. Also, I have to say, because Senegal, I think in the second half they ran out of steam.
Ran out of steam because they started very much on the forefront. You had Ismail Assar later on who missed a blunder. There was also Michael Olise hitting the post. It could have been a very different story, though, had they have scored in that first half. Yeah,
and I think that also we will never know what would have happened. But the problem with Senegal is a bit that it's a bit now for 2 World Cups we see the same thing. It makes me think a lot about the game they had against the Netherlands in the first round last 4 years ago. It was almost the same game, dominating for 1 half, even 1 hour at that time, and then still losing. And then they went out against England. We really hope for it's a bit of a glass ceiling thing with Senegal right now, because we talk about the finalists of the AFCON, one of the best African teams, but we are still hoping for that, or looking at least for that really breakthrough win against a top nation.
Yeah, it really was close. Nicholas Jackson getting close past Mike Maignan at that point. Let's just take a listen, though, because after that performance, what captain Koulibaly had to say after their performance, proud nevertheless of what they put on. Here he is.
I don't think we have anything to be ashamed of. We played a decent first half. Plenty of things to fix about the second half, especially defensively. Conceding 3 goals hurts. It's up to us to be ready for the next game.
Next game, Norway. They've got Iraq as well. Is that anything worrying for Senegal? I mean, do you think, is there a worry that they might not actually make it out of the group stage here?
Well, it was the famous group of death, of course. We've seen how Norway play against Iraq. Yeah, it's a bit strange to say because they won 4-1, but I saw a few things of Norway that was worrying for them, in my opinion. I think that Iraq could have scored a lot more, especially in the first half.
Are you saying this could go down for Senegal to the last game of the group stage?
Yeah. Well, it will be the crucial one. Will be against Norway, and if they would lose it, and of course Norway has a lot of individual quality. We've seen it already last night. Then they play last game against Iraq, and it will be a must-win to be a best third, etc. We will start calculating. They are at risk at the same time. They have a lot of quality, so I think they should make it.
They're going to give everything to it. One match at a time for now, and indeed we'll be doing the maths as things come closer to the final match day of the group stages. So Norway next for Senegal. After that, Iraq still to come. Norway, as mentioned, they began their campaign with a comfortable victory against Iraq. Erling Haaland scoring a brace. They sealed a 4-1 win to share Group I's top spot with France. Meanwhile, Argentina, who we'll be getting to in just a second, hammered Algeria 3-0. And a late penalty by Arnautovic sees Austria beat Jordan 3-1. Now, Argentina begin their title defence then with that clear win against Algeria, and Lionel Messi had all goals to his name. He sealed a hat-trick, getting past Luka Zidane. That's Zinedine Zidane's son, who is in goal for Algeria. It was Messi's 200th cap for Argentina, and he's now equalled Miroslav Klose's record to become joint top goal scorers at the World Cup, 16 goals each to their names. Ruben, 38 years old, a hat-trick in his opening game. Surely any conversation of whether Messi should or should not be playing, or at least starting for Argentina, is out of the window now.
Yeah, it was already out of the window, but it's incredible. We should never forget how special it is that a player of his age, and also, I mean, we haven't seen him. We see him performing at Inter Miami, but it's difficult to judge what his real level still is. And then you see this first game, and he steps up straight away, scoring 3 goals. It's just incredible.
Let's take a listen to what he had to say, because he simply seems to be enjoying the moment with the Albiceleste. Here he is, Lionel Messi.
Como yo digo, todo lo que estoy viviendo ahora
Everything I'm experiencing right now is amazing. I was lucky enough to achieve all my dreams, even more than I could have hoped for, both individually and as part of a team. Today, I'm enjoying all of this, having a wonderful team, feeling good, and being lucky enough to enjoy it on the field. Honestly, everything I've experienced is far more than I could have ever imagined when I was a kid.
Messi causing the most trouble on the field, and I say that because not a single shot on target for Algeria, and their defence, when we look at it, I mean, pretty weak.
Well, pretty weak, I don't know, but a bit naive at times, I would say. Algeria, I mean, honestly, they weren't that bad, especially first half. It was an interesting game. Yeah, I should mention that because we are talking about Messi, that should he have still been on the pitch after 30 minutes when... Well, I think for a lot of people that was a red card, but not VR didn't even watch it.
What happened? Why was that not?
Yeah, he came in too late on the defender with a challenge, and his studs went into the ankle.
But why not check this then further by VAR?
That's a good question.
Is this because we're here for the show and we want to keep Messi in?
I think that Messi I think that it's very important for this tournament and for FIFA that players like Messi, but also Ronaldo, and I mean this was the ideal night, right, for FIFA. Mbappé, Haaland, Messi, and even if you go even further, even Arnautovic, the star of Austria, scoring it. So yeah, this is what they're looking for.
It's
so he's a bit protected. Algeria, yeah, I mean, I saw them the last game against the friendly against Netherlands was interesting and I think they defended a lot better. It's also not easy to play there now against Argentina. And what's also about Messi, I just wanted to add it, is that what you hear from him, there is no pressure anymore. That's clearly the big difference with all the other World Cups.
He can now do
whatever he wants. He seems to be a lot happier. And that's dangerous, of course.
Definitely. Yeah, so you speak of some of the veterans and Ronaldo. Well, coming up today, Portugal take on the Democratic Republic of Congo. Will we see Ronaldo match anything of Messi's performance? Well, he's 41 years old. It's also his 6th World Cup. After that, today we'll also have England, who face Croatia. That's the start of Thomas Tuchel's time as manager. And 40-year-old Modric's 5th World Cup there. Black Stars of Ghana taking on Panama and Uzbekistan in their first ever campaign match against Colombia there to come. So we talked about some stars, Messi, Ronaldo, Luka Modric. We're witnessing clearly the end of a generation because they've made it clear this is the end of the tournament, well, the end of the last World Cup for them. Just some stats that we've got here. 41 years old, 38 years old for Messi, 143 goals to Ronaldo and 120 for Lionel Messi. You mentioned there, we've seen some of the stars, Ruben, Mbappé perform, Haaland perform, Arnautovic perform, Messi perform. Bit of pressure now for Ronaldo tonight?
Well, there's a lot of pressure on Ronaldo because, I mean, at least for me, Portugal is one of the big favorites for the tournament. And the main question, a lot more compared to Messi, because all Argentina is about Messi. The issue with Ronaldo is, of course, if he still has it, his style of playing and 41 years, let's not forget it, 41 years, and then his style of playing, which is a lot more energy and a lot more power required for it. Is he still able to match up with his teammates? And there's a big discussion in Portugal about it because probably lots of people will think he is not. Mm-hmm. But okay, also about Messi, there were question marks. He scored 3 times. In general, when Messi scores, Ronaldo wants to answer. So I think that the defense of the DRC is a bit afraid right now as well.
I can imagine there will be big tests for them to come and for Portugal as well to start on here and for Ronaldo. Let's see how things go for him as he enters then his latest World Cup. Latest news though for England, Trevor Chalobah has been called up to replace Tino Livramento. This due to a calf injury sustained in training this weekend. That's the latest decision by Thomas Tuchel, the Three Lions' new German manager, who's caused a bit of a stir, leaving out some big names, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer. Some bold decisions, though, that Thomas Tuchel stands by. Here he is.
I think no one expects us to give a guarantee that we win it. No one expects that we promise to win it. But the way we play, the way we arrive, and the way we try, I think, and I hope that they can feel it and they can be proud of us. And to bring that joy, that's the target, and that's the overlaying or underlaying purpose.
Impatient to find out how things go for Tuchel there at the start. I mean, he's a man, as we know, a man who can win. Let's see what it's like in the World Cup. But look, England have arrived 16 days ago. They arrived 16 days ago in the United States. Talking about the heat, something that they would have taken time compared to other clubs to perhaps prepare for. But a big team. I know you came here wearing your Croatia shirts earlier today. But coming up against Croatia, is this what perhaps the Three Lions need to have a big test from the start and see what they can do?
Yeah, it is, and Croatia. Yeah, I mean, I also I like Croatia in general because I think it's the eternal underestimated team. Nobody said 4 years ago that they would go into the semis in Qatar, and they were there again, and also eliminating Belgium, eliminating Brazil. So they are known for doing it. It's an aging team. I mean, Luka Modric, we talked about it, but yeah, I mean.
Is he still instrumental, I mean, to the sides?
I've seen him playing against with AC Milan this year, and with or without, it was a different team. It's just, it's Luka Modric of more than 40 years old. Yeah, so it's not the same. It's also not, you cannot expect from a country with 4 million inhabitants that they have every time a golden generation. So it will be a transition for them as well. England are the main favorites, but it's a great test for them. And yeah, I think that a lot of people are looking forward on the English side. Will it be Bellingham? Will it be Rodgers playing? And just to see how attractive it will be, Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, the 16 days, I find it a fantastic idea. I think that he is completely right to do it like this. If you
compared to clubs that arrived like last week.
Last week, that's crazy. But okay, it's now up to them to prove that he was right doing it. And normally with Ghana and Panama, okay, they have a group which should be easy enough for them. But Croatia is a great first test, and we'll see where they stand.
First test then. That's come up at 10 p.m. at Paris time. That will be. Do try and catch it if you can. You're up to date with everything from the World Cup, and we'll be back tomorrow at the same time. We'll debrief of all of tonight's action. See you then. Bye-bye.